I'm Lorie Woodruff, and I've been a real estate agent for the last 24 years and a business coach for the last 10 years. And for a lot of the conversations that I have day to day, I'm also a writer. So a lot of times what happens in the conversations, these kind of conversations come up. So these are beautiful conversations that I love to bring to you to make sure that you're building your brand with ease. All right. Selling homes is one thing. But when it comes to producing that content, producing that imagery, producing you online so that the client will feel and trust you before you even show up for the appointment, that's magical. We're going to show you how to do that tonight. And then two things, what I am going to present you, I'm going to present you two things once we're finished to further this information a little bit more so you can go on and at least get more of this so that you can continue this on your own. All right. So we're talking tonight about building a personal brand on social media. Here's what we're going to chat about. We're going to talk about why a personal brand. What is your personal brand? Why brands are not successful. We're also going to go into how are brands making money, and then how are brands marketing to their audience. And then, of course, we're going to end and talk about how can you scale this business? How can you scale this business to make sure that you're increasing and you're getting the right staff and delegating the right people to help your business grow, okay? So in the chat, if everybody could just write in there, I know some of you are real estate agents. I know some of you are nurses. Give me some other professions so I can keep this in mind as I'm going along with this presentation. We've got nurses. We've got real estate agent. Who else is present? I got to keep my ears open for the type of content that may be great for you. Real estate. Thank you, Maggie. You know, I have a heart for my realtors. I'm 24 years in. You know I just look 25 years old, but I'm 24 years in, but I understand it didn't always start out this way. It didn't always start out this way. And when I started in the business, of course, there was none of this Facebook and everything that we have now. There was not any of this. A lot of it had to do with those. You guys remember those magazines? Remember those real estate magazines we would pick up? And you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I could be in those magazines. That was marketing. That's really branding, okay? And that's really where it all started, where I would look in the magazines. I'm like, I want my house in there. I want my picture in there. All right, so we've got some real estate brokers, nonprofits. All right, so majority I'm talking to real estate agents, e-commerce, business owners, me too. All right, good. All right, real estate is the jam. That's right. So again, business coach, I've authored 2 books, so I love writing. And a lot of the ebooks and marketing that I did during the pandemic really started to spike up. And I started to understand there's time and presence for everything. And with the pandemic, I really wanted to make sure I was doing more of a digital business. Not that real estate was not performing well during that time, because it was. We made do what we had to do during that time. And what I started to do was write more. I was leaning more into the creative side to see what else can be done to help more entrepreneurs, more real estate agents build their business and effortlessly get out there with their brand, okay? So let's talk a little bit more tonight about what you need to do. What you need to do, and it is not a finger pointing, but as you're going through this branding process and promotion, what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're out there on social media, you need to make sure that you're gaining some kind of clarity. You have to create some systems. You can't just do all this by yourself. All right. There's cameras, there's iPads, there's lights, there's Instagram, there's video recording going on all at the same time. There's systems. You guys got text messages. There's systems going out, of course, to make sure that all of this is still going on and you arrive. And that's what you want your customers to do. Are you being present? How are you going to build a powerful personal brand if you're not consistent? If someone sees you today and they haven't seen anything on your social media pages since 2023, do you think that that client wants to work with you? Are you top of mind for that person when they're thinking about you for real estate, you for nonprofit, you for a digital business? They're thinking your doors are closed. And if they're going to think your doors are closed, then they're going to go to the next person who's got more presence, who's been on since February 28th or February 29th with their postings, okay? You need mentorship. Because if you've never been somewhere before, it's okay to ask for help. All right, I've invested over 5 figures just for a marketing course, and I loved it. Would I do it again? Yes, because it put me in front of 5- and 6-figure earners every single month that were doing bigger and badass things more than myself. So I had to make sure that I was in the room with people who were doing things that I wanted to do. So make sure that you're in rooms that you're in front of mentorship, great coaches. And then lastly, educate yourself with books and more things, of course, that will further along your process. Why a personal brand? Now, 84% of consumers believe that a company's reputation is influenced by the personal brand of its employees. And that's by Forbes. I'll say that again. 84% of consumers believe that a company's reputation is influenced by the personal brand of its employees. And I'll give you a quick example of how that works out. When you go to McDonald's, what is the brand that you think of? Versus when you go to a Chick-fil-A. And I'm just giving you that for a quick, easy example because most of you understand. The difference between those two restaurants is simply 2 words, my pleasure. It's simply my pleasure. And that right there lets you know the company's reputation is higher because they put them through a different kind of training, a different kind of mentorship, all just during the hiring process. 70% of hiring managers say that a strong brand is more important than a strong resume. They're looking at us, you guys. They're looking at us. Why do you think that your presence online is super important? So they have your resume in front. You've applied for the job, you're qualified, but they're also taking a look at your social media page. So be very careful about what you're putting on your social media pages because that does matter and other people are going on. They see what's going on, okay? 60% of consumers are more likely to do business with a company that has a strong brand. 60% of consumers are more likely to do business with a company that has a strong brand. Again, if it's a company that I really don't know too much about, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research for that particular company. But if I see that out and about, they're always on and off, then of course, I feel more comfortable with utilizing that type of brand, all right? Because they're out and they're present. And lastly, 57% of consumers say that they would pay more for a product or a service from a company with a strong personal brand. So for example, if Muhammad was totally on the internet, he's on YouTube, he's on Instagram, he's definitely present. Clients know that. They see he's online a lot. When he's going for a listing appointment, whatever that compensation or cookies could be, and I say that for a reason, whatever that compensation could be that he's going to request, he can command it and he will probably get it. And the reason for that is because they've looked him up, that client has looked him up, they trust him and they see what he can do. All right. And that's with any of your businesses, whether you're an online business or a brick and mortar business. If you're present with confidence, you can collect more money because you're present. All right. I know you guys know this gentleman here, and if you don't, definitely follow him. He is the branding king. Follow him as much as you can on YouTube. He has a lot of great videos on branding. Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, for example, for short. He says, it's important to build a personal brand because it's the only thing you're going to have. Your reputation online and in the new business world is pretty much the same. So you've got to be a good person. You've got to be out there at some level. All right. And that's the key that I took from there. You've got to be out there at some level. Yes, we understand some of you want to be the discreet. No, I don't want to show my face, but you still want sales. I want to be a 6 or 7 or 8 figure earner, but you don't want to show your face. Make it make sense. It doesn't match. All right. At some point, if you are in sales, you're going to have to get great at being out there at some level. Especially if you're in real estate, especially if you're in real estate or you're a broker, you can't just be secretly. Here are two realtors that I've worked with and coached. So I just put their brands out there. When you look at their brands, some of you may know Alicia Mathis and Sam Partman. He's with both real estate agents have their own brand. All right. What is your personal brand? I want you to think about that. What is your personal brand? How you want people to see you. It's the definition of it. What is your personal brand? This is the definition. How you want people to see you. Do you want people to see you in a professional light? Do you want them to see you in a silly light? Are you totally about, not showing your face? It's a brand. Promoting what you stand for as an individual or business, and the effort to communicate your value to the world. That is your brand. When you take a look at these two on the screen, the card to your left, you know exactly what that is when you see the logo, the emblem, right? You know exactly what car that is. That's prestige, class. It's Mercedes. And when you take a look on the right-hand side, you're looking at that and you're like, is it an orange? Is it an apple? It's an apple. So you think of what Apple products? All of them. iPad. All of them, okay? And that's a brand. Your logo is your brand. Your colors are your brand. If you notice throughout the presentation, what color do you typically see that you've seen so far in the slideshow? What color stands out so far that you've seen? Pink. That's my personal brand. And if you haven't already, use Canva. Canva has a beautiful branding media kit. So that if you want to go in there, they can help create that for you so that you've got your brand colors already set. So that when you're doing presentations, when you're doing flyers, it's a wonderful way for you to get your brand colors out there. Okay. So I ask you, what does your brand say? I want you to get mad. I really want you to get vigilant at yourself. And I want you to really just think 1 year from now, if you really put everything into your brand and you pumped it up in just a little bit more, 50% more than what you're doing now, what does your brand say to the world? What is it really communicating? Okay. Is it communicating, I'm out there, I'm present, I'm ready to serve? Or is it more like, hey, I'm a secret. You can find me if you want to, but I still want to get paid. Which one is it? All right. And I'm sure it's the first one, that you really want to be out there and present. So here are some reasons why brands are not successful. One, there's no time. Now, we all have the same amount of time in the day, but what happens is, as entrepreneurs, we don't delegate our time properly. So how are you going to have a personal, powerful brand if you're just saying, well, I'm getting to the office at 10 a.m. and then I'm looking to see what's on Instagram, and then I'm kind of asking around and seeing who's at the copy machine. Okay, now it's 11:30. You had time to do something productive. I promise you did. It's a matter of blocking your time. So why brands are not successful is because they're not blocking the right time out to make this happen. If you take a look at my Google Calendar, it's blocked out. And it's no disrespect when I say, please schedule an appointment, because the morning time is typically blocked out for income producing activities. Things that I really don't want to do, but these are the things I have to do to get the business done. You got it? So lack of time. Number 2, no creativity. All right. Number 3, not consistent. Here today and not posting again for another 30 days. Not consistent. All right. Money, funds, money comes up. All right. A lot of the things that we're going to talk about today doesn't cost you anything. We're just trying to get on a structure on how you can do this. And of course, putting all this together, I'm here to help you put this together because, again, mentorship. You need someone in front of you who's been there. And if it's something that you need to get help with, of course, I'm here to help put all that together. So money comes in play, but I don't want you to focus on that's the number one thing. A lot of times you guys are thinking that that is the number one thing, but it's actually not. I'm going to a conference in April and having some of my team members go to this event. And so one thing was said was, I can't afford the plane ticket. And I said, well, how much is it? I don't know. Okay, all right. So, but you already blocked the event out because you don't know how much it is. So you got to sit down, do the homework, and actually see, all right, that was not as much as I thought. All right, so funds It's in there, but don't let it be the number one problem why you're not successful. Number 5, non-belief in their brand. All that is just a matter of confidence and knowing it's mine. I'm the number one real estate agent. All right. And you have to focus on knowing that and believing that in your soul. If you don't affirm that every single day, Lanice does affirmations. Jose, you're doing affirmations. Emma, you're doing affirmations. All right. Maggie, Sharif, all of you are doing affirmations so that you know when you wake up, I'm a blessing to as many people as possible. And as soon as you walk out the door, you're just focused on, all right, well, let's just see how this is going to work out. I've already committed into the belief that I'm going to do well today. I'm going to attract the right clients today. The ones who have the money, the ones who have the credit, the ones who have the ability to work with me. Number 6, some brands are not successful because they lack resources. This is the reason why I have a weekly webinar. Different topics, whether it's real estate, credit, marketing, how to make additional money to support your business. You don't lack resources here, but go on to YouTube. You've got plenty of other topics that you can just get lost on. All right. And the last thing is fear of failure. Now, I've definitely come into this personally myself. Fear of failure is one thing, but fear of success is another. Because once you understand, when you get out of your own way and you understand, damn it, I'm a badass and I can really do this. I am doing this. You really start to focus on, wow, I'm a mogul now. I've got a lot of businesses that I have underneath me. I could hire people. I can create a lot more business now. Wow, now I'm expanding. Now I have a podcast. Now I have my own webinars going. Now I have my own online events. And now that fear of success does hurt a lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of clients and I'm like, look, you've got to understand, you can keep that under control, but that shouldn't be the one thing that stops you from going forward. Somebody needs you. And the one thing I want you to do is remember, somebody needs your message. Somebody needs your services. And you can't sit here in fear because you're never going to get it done. Here's one of the things I want you to, this is a lot of the things, the 10 points right here are the majority of the conversations that I have with realtors and entrepreneurs. How are brands making money? How are they making money? So if we're talking about your personal brand, there may be something in here that you want to focus on. And there's something that you and I need to talk about to see how can we work this out and get it out. So how are brands making money? How are they really expanding their personal brand? Well, number 1, social media monetization. Social media. I'm on social media and you would think these people are sick of me. I'm not thinking about that. What I'm thinking of is someone needs my service, and when it's time, they will remember me. When Jose is posting on social media, he's not thinking, oh man, I just posted yesterday. I shouldn't post again for another couple days. Nope. Because the more repetitive that Jose is going to be, the more when someone comes along, they're like, I need a realtor. I need a realtor. And I'm thinking, oh, let me inbox him. Let me inbox Jose. All right. Social media monetization. YouTube pays money. TikTok pays money. Meta pays money. Are you getting paid from these platforms? Because all they want from us, all they want from us is content, right? That's all they want is our content. Give it to them so you can get paid. To expand your brand and to get paid. That's it. Just create content. Number 2, how are brands making money? Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing. I did a session last week about affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is going to save a lot of you in the middle of different transactions. There's not every month that I'm closing a deal, but you know what is being closed every month? My affiliate marketing deals. All right. Whether it's credit repair, whether it's the cannabis business, whether it's the rental karma, because people are using that, whether it's someone ordering their credit report, something that I've already affiliated with, some other company that I've already made an arrangement with that says, hey, my customers need you. And in exchange for that, they compensate me. And you can do that as well. How many affiliate relationships do you have? All right. So we can talk about that. If you don't have at least 2 or 3, then we need to talk about your brand and absorbing some more. Digital products. During the pandemic, I think I got so engulfed with digital products because we were all shut down and there had to be a way of making money with courses, ebooks to get your thinking out to the masses of people. So digital products was a huge win for a lot of entrepreneurs. That's how they were making money. And they're still making money throughout that. Now, the ones that you don't see anymore, they probably just, hey, it didn't work for me a little while. Their consistency caught up with them. They weren't consistent enough to keep that going. But for the ones that are still here to this day, they're still making money. All right, their brand's still moving forward. Number 4 is membership sites, subscriptions. All right, how many of you have something that people are subscribing to every single month? All right, and it's something where it's going to be your intellectual property that's going to afford more clients to come to you more. Subscriptions are now on Instagram. So you can also create something where, listen, you're smart. You can do a thing or two. Do you have something where people have to pay something every single month to get closer to you? And maybe it's only VIPs that can only get close to you. Number 5, merchandise. My brand, all right? On Shopify, there's plenty of sites where you could put your cups, your mugs, your t-shirts, your hats. It could be some kind of merchandise that you can sell to make money. All right. Number 6, consulting and coaching. You know something. You know something. I know you're very smart. It's not in your title, it's what you do. It's what you know. It's more so what you know. Many of you are husbands, fathers, women. You are wives, you are sisters, okay? You're aunts. You've also started a business. You maybe have had a divorce. Maybe you've had a child. You know something. So you can teach that. Linda, you know something that someone in this room does not know about. Maggie, there's something that you know that you do very well that no one else does. Package that up and you can be a consultant. There's no way that everybody has a degree on their wall. I do not. I do not. I failed. I quit. I quit my first year of college because I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur in me was budding already at 18, 19 years old. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I figured out later. Teaching was my space. Teaching is my jam. And there's something inside of you that you can coach someone else on what you know. You just are scared of asking for the cash. All right. Number 7, speaking engagements. Same thing. Instead of waiting for someone to create a platform for you, why don't you just create your own? I remember back in 2010 and 11, I'm nervous. I did not want to be on stage, believe it or not. I hated talking. And I didn't want to go up there. One of my mentors made me go up. And he says, and I said, well, I don't have any events that anyone's asking me to come to. At the time, I was doing a lot more credit repair during that time. He says, don't worry about that. You create your own stage. I'm like, create my own stage? How do you do that? Go online, create something on Eventbrite, create your own event so that people will now come to you. How many times do you know a thing and you can actually start bringing people out to your own events? And I can show you how to create those events for yourself. Even if it's something online that you just want to say, listen, I don't want to do this in person, this live speaking, but maybe I can do some webinars. Then we can at least start there. Online workshops, all right? You can also do webinars, something like this. Writing, number 9, writing and publishing books and ebooks. How many times can you put that into one document and sell it over and over and over again? The creation of artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen, can make an ebook in a matter of seconds. So we can't even say, I don't know how to do it. ChatGPT can create poetry, books, scripts, emails, so much more. It writes all of my YouTube descriptions, and it can do the same thing for you. So if there's anything out there that needs to be discussed around writing anything for yourself, let's talk about that, okay? And then, of course, how brands are making money in the digital space and the brick and mortar businesses. You can buy businesses, ladies and gentlemen. You can buy businesses. And this could be a business that's already in motion. It's already in profit. Maybe that seller of that particular business no longer wants it for whatever reasons, all right? There's businesses out there that will sell. Flippa is one of them. But that's one of them that you can go and you can source them out and just say, look, all right, I like this earring business. I like this business. I like this jewelry business. I like what it does. And you can buy it, okay? So let's talk now about how brands market to their audience. Now, this is going to stick and hurt because this may be the part that a lot of us are not doing. How brands market to their audience. Well, one, they're posting 3 times a day. 3 times a day. Now, that doesn't mean 3 times on just Facebook, 3 times just on. That could be 3 times on multiple different platforms, but they're posting 3 times a day. How do you feel about that? They're present. Remember, you've got to be out there. You've got to be out there. And if someone doesn't want to see you, then they just won't work with you. Okay, it's as simple as that. You can't create content and it's like, you know what? I really wish I could work with that person, and they don't reach out to you, they will. If that person wants you bad enough, they will. You cannot create the wrong content for the right person. And for the right person, you can't create the wrong content. It works the same thing in reverse. The right person will find you, but you've got to put yourself out there. Number 2, boost your posts that actually do well. If you pay attention to your Facebook post, if you look at the post, around the bottom right-hand side, some of the posts will allow you to boost that post. Once you hit that, that allows you now to get to more people. Because I want you to think about your Facebook page as just your family and friends. It's like the family cookout. The people know you, they just like the page because they're supporting, haha, that was funny, or yeah, I like that. Well, that was impactful. But you need to reach some strangers. You need to reach some folks that don't know you, because a stranger is going to be your best client. You're not your aunt, not your cousin, not your friend from 4th grade. They're just supporting your brand. But you've got to boost that post on social media like Facebook or Instagram to reach more strangers. And you can set the budget. I set typically a $70 budget per week, and I will boost a post that does very well, and it reaches thousands more people. That's how you can reach more people. I think I just saved somebody today. And they're like, I didn't know you could do that. So number 3 is you can post on all social media platforms daily. Now, Saturday and Sunday, I typically take a break most of the time, but post on all of your social media platforms daily. There's a site such as Hootsuite. Hootsuite is very good because it allows you to link all of your social media pages together. All of them together, so that allows you to just say, hey, good morning, and with a click of a button, it can go out to all of your social media pages at one time. You can even schedule them. So if you wanted to say, hey, good morning, everyone, you can schedule that for Friday, 8 a.m., and it goes to all of your social media platforms. Hootsuite, SUITE.com, Hootsuite.com. All right. When I was doing a lot more social media management for other realtors, I would use that because I needed to keep everything organized, and I would plan everything out a month in advance. A month in advance, so everything would be already set. Number 4, how are brands marketing to their audience? Start an audio podcast. For those that don't want to be seen, audio podcast, Spotify. Okay, that's one. Wisdom is another one. I like Wisdom. But if you want to just take a look, there's so many. There's so many. What is that platform? Hootsuite, Linda. Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE. That is a platform where you can schedule out your post for all social media chat. All right, saves time. So if you want to start an audio or visual podcast, that's going to be a great thing for those that don't want to show their face. Okay, start it, you can talk, you can get some things off your chest, and you can really start gaining more trust with your audience simply by having a visual or an audio podcast. Typically, what I do with this platform is I would upload it to YouTube so that not only is it just the visual, but if I did want to put it on to my audio podcast, at least that one will do well as well. But a lot of times, if I'm talking through a lot of screens, it really doesn't work that well. But if you're having a great conversation, my realtors, someone needs to hear your message. Someone needs to hear about what's going on in the Alexandria market. Someone needs to hear about what's going on in the Tennessee world when it comes to nonprofit organizations. So all of that can be done. Number 5, look at your analytics. How are brands marketing to their audience? They're paying attention to the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The broker I used to work with a long time ago says you've got to know your numbers. Always, to the month. Year to date, how much business have you done? Well, I don't even know. I think I closed, I don't know that one. You should know what your numbers are. How much business did you close in 2022? 2023, you should know that. Looking at analytics, even on the side with social media, I have a spreadsheet and everything that's on there as far as TikTok, YouTube. I want to know what views were last week and what are they this week. Every single Friday, I have a Google spreadsheet that has everything on there. Views, anything. I'm very close to getting monetized on YouTube, so I'm really excited about that. But you got to keep those numbers somewhere so that you can track what is going on, so that you can check your performance. What's working, what's not working. Number 6 is in-person events. That's how they're marketing to their audience. This could be considered in person if you want it to be, but it's more so a live event. How are you marketing to your audience? For my folks that are in real estate. Thank you, Maggie. Yes, that's the correct spelling. For my folks that are in real estate, are you going live on Instagram talking about the market, maybe with a loan officer? Are you talking about the market with maybe a seller client or a buyer client? People like to hear that. If you're not going live, no matter what your industry is, people are like, well, they're not doing anything. So try to go live a little bit more, whatever your business is. Number 7 is Facebook or Google ads. How are brands marketing to their audience? I know you've seen ads going, and you're like, oh my gosh, I see it. If you talk about a refrigerator, guess what's coming up in your post? Oh my gosh, how did they know I was talking about refrigerators? In your feed, somehow you're getting refrigerator ads and all of this. So Facebook ads and Google ads, businesses pay, brands pay so that they can be top of mind. So if you don't know how to run a Facebook or a Google ad on your own, that's okay. You've got brand managers out there that will do this for you. Facebook, I don't know how to do it. I know I have a Facebook manager. I can definitely connect you with one, but I don't know how to do a Facebook ad. But if you want to understand how you can get your visibility up there, pay for the ads. It's more prevalent than just doing a boost. It's very similar, but you're getting more reach when you do the Facebook and Google ads. Number 8, wear your brand everywhere. If you are a real estate agent, are you wearing your tag? Are you wearing a hat? Are you wearing a shirt? If you have your own business, you should have your jacket with your logo on it. My brand is Unleashed. So I've got the shirts and everything can be bought on Shopify. So the unleashedcollection.com, that's my brand. What is your brand? Do people know what you do when you walk up? One of the sweatshirts I had on today, it says athlete crossed out, singer crossed out, but entrepreneur was there, right? So people are like, oh my gosh, if you're an entrepreneur, you love that. You love that shirt. But people are like, where did you get that from? It's a huge conversation starter. So if you have something related to your brand, wear it. create it. At least get with a graphic artist, at least to get your brand made. All right. Number 9, use your current network. Use your network. All right. How are brands marketing to your audience? Let's say that you are an investor-friendly realtor. The majority of your clients that you work with only want investment properties. They're not living in those properties. That's a niche that you serve. And if you use your current network, you may be working with other real estate agents that might need your services. So you need to make sure that you're working with someone else in your industry. Are you working in that network with luxury agents? Are you working with home stagers, contractors? You've got to use your current network so that people know what you do. And specifically, if you're in real estate, you've got to raise your hand way more often because you service a lot of different types of industries. You're talking to home stagers, you're talking to insurance companies, you're talking to title companies, you're talking to a lot of people. Make sure that you're present with them. And the last thing is use platforms such as Linktree so that you can get your brand out there more. For a lot of the classes I have coming up, I have a free session coming up, and it's only going to be for one of the affiliate companies that I work with. Canaglobe is one of the affiliate companies I'm working with. And that is a cannabis business. I'm not 420 friendly, but I understand multi-billion-dollar business. And for that business, Monday, 7 p.m., you guys are invited for a free session so that you can chime in, so we can show you how to use some of these services such as Linktree and a lot of other things to help build your brand for that affiliate business, all right? But if you are a real estate agent, are you using Linktree? It's free. All right, it's a free platform where you can put all of your URLs, all of your .coms, and that way you can easily just give out your link tree. You know, when people are saying on the web, hey, the link is in my bio. You heard that before? The link is in my bio. Well, everything is in there. Your real estate site is on there. Your TikTok is on there. Your website is on there. It's all in one. Now, I went to one person's email address and it was so messy and so filled with, don't forget me on LinkedIn. Hey, visit me on here on the website. I'm like, there's so much here. My ADHD was just going nuts. If you simply had a Linktree link, let's say you had Linktree / Lorie Woodruff or Lanice Suggs, that's now your .com basically. So when people go there, they're simply getting more of you in one platform, and it's free. All right. And you can take a look at mine if you want to, just to take a look at it. Mine is Linktree / Lorie Woodruff. Just take a look and see how you can structure it. It simplifies all of your .coms all in one, all of your social media sites all in one, and it looks much cleaner. Now let's end here and talk about how are you going to bring all this together, because you are only one person. You cannot be in 20 places at one time. Lorie told me to post. Lorie told me to schedule events. You know, she said these were all great ideas. But what I'm sharing with you is you better get some help. There's no way that you're going to pull this off by doing all this by yourself. So here are some things that you can do. I want you to think about hiring a virtual assistant before you even need one. Before you even need one. And before you say it costs too much, remember, you didn't ask how much it was. So let's focus on, all right, if I needed someone to call my previous clients, how much would that be? And how much time would that save me so that I can get possibly new business? I had a young lady call hundreds of my previous clients. She found a cash buyer in there. Cash buyer, she's like, I was waiting for you to call. I'm glad you called. I need your help. I'm like, well, I'm happy to help you. I'm happy to help you. So you never know, a $3 per hour worker only working 10 hours a week just to get things started, is that going to break the bank? It's $30. That's $30. And it ranges. I have someone at $7 an hour, $9 an hour, but let's just say you're at $5 an hour, somewhere in the middle of the road. If you just need someone to do customer service work for you or to do postings for you, 10 hours a week is not a lot of work. It's a start. $10, 10 hours, I'm sorry, times $5 an hour. That's $50 an hour you just paid a virtual assistant to help your business grow. Some of these are in the Philippines. Onlinejobs.ph. Go on there. Find them before you need them. All you need to do at this point is just interview. Just interview. Just whatever you need in your business, you want to focus on, where am I lacking? Because most of us entrepreneurs are lacking in the administrative area. I know. That's not a job that I'm strong in. So if you know that you need someone to make phone calls, let them do it. If you know you need someone to create your CRM, your management system, your customer relation management system should go back to your customer from day one. It should have their email address, phone number, everything should be in there. And if you're not doing that, maybe this assistant can help you put all this together. Okay, good. I'm glad you took some screenshots. And virtualstaffingfinder.com. Maggie, we all need help. Virtualcoworker.com is another one. And then we've got Upwork and Fiverr.com. I've used Upwork. I know it works. You put out there exactly what you're looking for. And then what happens is you say, all right, I'm looking for a customer service representative for my real estate business. I need this done, this done, this done, and this done. Get specific. And then what's going to happen from that point is those leads are going to go out there, and you're going to get people that are saying, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And then you're going to have all these people in your inbox. Now you're going to be like, okay, now what do I do? Now you just take a couple of, maybe an hour a day. It might just need an hour, and you go through them and schedule an appointment and just kind of take a look and see, did they pay attention to the posting, for one? And maybe I can schedule an appointment just to do a Zoom interview with this particular person. Once you do that, then at least you can see if they're a good fit. They're going to do the job better than you, I promise you. I have 2 on standby, so if anybody doesn't need anyone, I do have some recommendations of ones for customer service support. They speak great English. They're relatable, and they're ready to work. So if you need someone, let me know, and I can certainly pass that contact information on to you after we're finished. But they're ready to work. And that way you can at least start talking to them and see if it's a good fit for what they do versus what you need them to do. Upwork and Fiverr are other, freelance sites that you can go out to. So don't get bogged down with it costs too much money. Definitely don't bottle yourself in for that. Number 2 is create a SOP, a standard operating procedure. It's basically your manual on how work is being done. So if you hired an assistant and you had a standard operating procedure on how their job is done, you don't have to keep going over and over again about what needs to be done. It's detailed in your SOP. We all need a virtual assistant, Emma. They make your job so much easier. And then when you look up, they're like, all right, I'm done. What's the next project? You're like, you're done. Whoosh, okay. That's the beautiful feeling. It's a great feeling. They're going to get things done behind the scenes faster for you. Okay. But a standard operating procedure allows you, HR has them, basically. Just think about HR. Every position has a duty, and that's what is in the procedure. All right, including yours. Number 3, how are brands scaling and delegating? Use your network. Use your own network. You've got to be able to know, hey, Emma, do you know anyone that does X, Y, and Z? Hey, Maggie, do you know anyone that actually does X, Y, and Z? Ask. I use Facebook like it's my 411. I don't know a plumber right now. I don't know who's an electrician. I'm going to go on Facebook and ask, does anyone know of a plumber in the Arlington area? And people love to give their opinions. Yes, here, phone number, here, and they're tagging people. Use your network as much as possible to get you the answers to your questions. Number 4, get sponsorships, get branding deals with other opportunities. All right, it's not as hard as you're thinking. And who can help you get sponsorships? Your virtual assistants can help you with that. All right, if you're in the real estate business and you want to get sponsorships from finance companies, banks, that's a big one. Auto companies and other companies, staging companies, tiny house companies. Why don't you get sponsorships from those companies? But who can help you? Your VAs can help you. They can put that together for you. Number 5 is partner with brands that align with yours. A lot of you are in real estate. Even if you're not, you've got to make sure that you're partnering with other like-minded people, like loan officers, like title companies, like attorneys, because you can't do this all by yourself. So you've got to be partnering with other people who are needed in your business. Property management companies, seniors, over 55 and over communities. You've got to partner with brands that are similar to yours. Okay. So remember, I wanted to share with you what my Linktree page looks like. Make sure you copy that down, rip off and duplicate so that you can at least see what that looks like, so that when you create yours tonight, when you create your Linktree page tonight, at least get that out the way. Lanice, yours is done, yes? Sharice, is yours done? Oh, she dropped off. Oh, you're still there. Lanice, you're still there. It's not that difficult to put together, but if you do need some help, certainly let me know.
Mine done.
Lanice, is that you? Sharice, you have yours together?
Yes, it's done.
I love it. So if that's something that you need help with, at least let's do that. Let's at least get that out the way so you can simplify your .coms, your URLs, to get them together, because you want your brand to be simple. You don't want it to be all over the place, especially in your email signature, where you've got find me on Linktree, find me on LinkedIn. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my page at YouTube. All of that can be on your Linktree page. All right. So as I shared with you, I do want to share with you 2 things. If you are in 2 things I just wanted to end with. If you are in the CanaGlobe affiliate company, what I'm starting on Monday is a monthly free session so that you can get some marketing tips for your affiliate business. All right, I'm putting that together just once a month. And if you're in CanaGlobe or you're joining CanaGlobe, then that is something that I want to make sure that is extended to you. All right, those classes typically are costing money for people off the grid. So I just want you to take advantage of it if you are looking to increase your business and exposure in that particular business. All right, this isn't, for those that may not know, CanaGlobe is an online dispensary company. And that is available in all 26 countries, including the US, but it is a cannabis dispensary business where people can go online. It's a digital business and they can order cannabis products. Okay, so I'll make sure that invitation does go out so that you can get that information. The last thing is, if you need content, I want to share with you one other piece of information that may help you. Hopefully, was this helpful for some of you to at least get your content together? Like, is there something that you grab from this presentation to say, I need to do more of this so that I can get my brand out there more? Mohammed, anything? Did I do anything right tonight? Did I do anything? Thank you. Hiring a virtual assistant, it will save your life. One of the posts that I did put out today, I work with Sampson Properties as a real estate agent. And one thing I wanted to share with the family is last year I had posted the ability to do social media management for a couple of realtors. And I did that for a few realtors and it worked out pretty good. But what I know is that I couldn't keep doing that for too many more realtors. So what I did was I created some content that you can actually copy and paste onto your own site. If you wanted to use a virtual assistant, they can use this content here. It's $97 and you get it for an entire year. So that means once you get the content, this is good for realtors and entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter. So if you are getting this content, every single Monday, you're going to get an email with 7 different posts. 7 different posts. So that gives you the ability to at least copy one for each day of the week. All you need to do is pair it up with an image or a video of your choice. And we can certainly talk more one-on-one about this, but I wanted to show you some of the examples of what that looks like. Here are some of the examples of what you'll be getting inside the postings every week, all right? Here's one right here. Let's move with intention this week. I challenge you to eliminate any counterproductive behaviors that hinder your goals or the kind of person you aspire to be. Instead, establish new habits that will benefit you. Now, one thing you're probably not doing in your post right now are doing call to actions. If you're just writing post and it's not going anywhere, it's because you didn't advise the client to do anything. You didn't give them a call to action. So here's the organization of what this looks like. You've got creative, compelling posts that now get more engagement. Your engagement's now going to go up. Your whole goal is to get more sales and to get more eyeballs on your business, AKA your brand. So here's how I end that. Here are some of my intentions for this week. Respond to emails, business-related DMs, and text messages on the same day. Exercise every day, at least 30 minutes. Sort through clothes, shoes, no longer wear, and donate them. Create 4 webinar topics, all right? You can put in there whatever you want. I just put in those as an example. Here's the call to action. What about you? What are 2 things you'll be intentional about this week that will help you reach your goals, increase productivity, or improve your life? People love to answer. What you're looking for is you want your algorithm to increase and reach out to more people. The more comments that you're getting on these posts, the better that it's going to reach more people. You got it? So you've got to have these call to actions. Here's another example. Here's another post that you may get. Yep, Saturdays included. I'm up, and insert something you're working on. Working on a client's equity reports, all right? Anyone feel like when you're doing what you love, it doesn't feel like work at all? Question mark. That's the post, all right? And maybe you can just put a picture of you looking at the computer screen, or maybe taking a picture of a particular house. That's it, all right? Let me show you a couple of more. What's good, family? I wanted to share with you 3 activities I'll be focused on over the weekend to remain accountable to my goals. You just put in 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, 3 activities, right? And then here, how about you? What 3 activities will you be focused on this weekend to stay focused on your goal of whatever you offer, okay? Comment below. These are some of the posts that you'll be getting. So this changes the game, because a lot of times, as I mentioned, you don't know what to say. You're thinking about it at the last minute. Oh, I've got to post something. What the heck do I say? Come back to my post, copy it, paste it, and boom, you're done for the day. That's your post. That's your post. So you'll be getting these once a week, every Monday. You get 7 posts, creative posts, and you get to jazz it up just with a picture or image of your own. And again, if you want to use your virtual assistant to do this for you, let them do the work for you, Mohammed. They can post, they can take a lot of these and then just start to batch them out from March. And there you go. Now you've got your content out, and the social media part is working. Okay. And the one last thing here, this is my favorite one. Here's another post. One simple thing I did that changed the game for me. Here, I'm telling you, tell a story about something you did that took you from starting place to now. Okay, maybe before you started working in real estate, or maybe before you started the nonprofit organization to now. Explain the experience and how it shifted your perspective. How impactful was the result? People love vulnerability. They love that. So make sure that you're giving that on a regular basis and not worry about, well, I don't want them to know about my past. Oh, I'm going to let you know about my depression. I'm going to let you know I don't have closings every single month. I'm going to let you know that I have other streams of income. Oh yeah, I'm going to let you know all of those things to attract other people that need my brand. Because we can't just be in front of the camera all the time talking about money, 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 money. People want to work with who they can relate with, people they can trust. And if they continuously see you on a regular basis, then guess what? They're going to work with you. They're going to desire to work with you. Okay. Here's the example of what I was reading. All right. Here's the samples of what I was reading. And these were the posts. So all you need to do is just go to it, copy it, and paste it into your social media platform. Again, if it's somebody that you're going to be working with, such as an assistant, then make sure that you give them these postings and that's their job. $3 an hour, $5 an hour, you're not going to take that long. All right. So I'll make sure that you guys get the information for that. I will drop my Linktree link in here and look for Unleash the Post. Look for Unleash the Post, and that is where you can get that. It's only $97. I dropped the price. It is for 12 months of content. So you grab that because it's normally over $500. And definitely you can take a look at that. Andrew Walker, one of my clients before, Andrew can chime in. His channel, he's an author and he works with affiliate marketing. And Andrew has had this before. And I just continuously write and I give it. And so I have 12 months, of course, to give you guys, but you can choose what works best for you, copy it, paste it, but those are going to work for you. So go take a look at Linktree/Lorie Woodruff, look for Unleash the Post. And you'll be able to get it signed up and you'll get it started immediately. Today is Thursday, Friday, so you'll get information starting on Monday. All right, and you'll get some samples pretty much tonight or as soon as you sign up. All right. Now, I wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in. For my professionals out here, I made sure that you got the goods of what you need to give yourself a professional brand, a profitable brand. All right. And a brand that makes sense so that when someone looks at your page, they know exactly what you do. So if there's anything that's on there that, of course, that we can spend some more time with, and you're thinking, I need help with putting these things together, make sure that you schedule at least a 15-minute chat with me so that we can talk offline and talk about how we can put these things together for your particular business. Okay. But if there's anything, definitely, I want to make sure that you professionals get what you need so that your brand is out there. It makes sense and it's easy for people to work with you. Make sure that you schedule some time on my calendar as well. It's on my Linktree link. Make sure that you schedule some time. And for those that are already inside the Canna Glow group, you guys have a huge incentive because this is something I'm doing for the very first time with this monthly marketing group. All right. So take advantage if it's something that you need. We're only going to be talking about the Canna Glow business. We're only going to be talking about ways to increase that business. So make sure that you tune in, get the free nuggets so that you can at least improve that page. And if you're not inside that page, that's okay. Still schedule some time with me so we can see what we need for your real estate or entrepreneurship business. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys.